Hello everyone and welcome to the Carcode YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name's Sam. Please make sure to hit subscribe for all the latest new car reviews and car content. Today I'm having a first look at the all-new MGS5, the fully electric EV SUV that is aimed to replace the MG ZS EV. It starts at $28,495, so it's very competitively priced. I'll be going through some of the specs and I'll also be having a passenger ride in one of them just to let you know what it feels like. Hopefully at some point in the future as well, I'll be doing a full comprehensive overview of the MGS5, so do keep an eye out for that. This is the SE model that I'll be looking at today, and it's in the new Piccadilly Blue, which is definitely my favourite, a £545 option. You've got the 17-inch alloys on the SE and then 18s on the Trophy model. You do have the cheaper Carcode tyres on the SE, so the grip won't be as good as on the Trophy, which has actually got Bridgestone tyres. And here you can see these 18-inch wheels on the Trophy model. They definitely look a lot more stylish. You've got these kind of insert sections here, as you do always on MGs, but they look a lot cheaper on the SE models. So these are really nice, and as I say, Bridgestone tyres on it, so you're going to have a lot better grip than the Carcode on this standard model. So that's a really great thing to see from MG. Definitely a step in the right direction. You can see at the front you've got these LED daytime running lights like a checkered flag, which look great. The headlights, it is just a really nice looking vehicle. To the back, the S5's got this new light bar, which does look quite smart, and a little bit like the MG4 at these side bits, so that's quite good. You've got the MGS5 badge in here with the EV, so that looks quite nice. A rear wiper as well, and then this sort of spoiler section integrated, so it does look quite smart. Let's have a look at the boot. It's just a normal tailgate on the SE, and then on a Trophy model it's electric. And you can see it is full of MG bunnies in here. 453 litres though is quite a good boot space. As for battery and charge in the S5, there's two different configurations. You've got the SE, which has got a standard 49 kilowatt-hour net battery, 47.1 kilowatt-hour usable battery, and then the long-range models have got a 64 kilowatt-hour net battery, 62 kilowatt-hour usable battery. You've got the charge port placement at the back, which is a really great place for the vehicle. So you've got the normal 7 kilowatt-hour charger, it's not 11 or 22, and then you've got your DC fast type charging. On the long range, this can charge fast charging up to 139 kilowatts. 10 to 80% charge on a standard range is 24 minutes, and then on the long range it's 28 minutes. So it's really quite fast, so you can charge it up quite quickly, and then at home charger you can do it in 10 hours on the bigger battery. So that's really not too bad at all, and it has a good range. So 211 miles on the standard range, and then up to 298 miles on the SE long range, 288 on the Trophy. So in the MG S5 now, it's very smooth, very quiet. This is the SE version, the long range. We've got 231 PS. We'll do 0 to 62 in around 6.5 seconds, which is pretty good. Pretty smooth, pretty quiet. Nice and responsive as well, it seems, so it's good. The suspension's quite smooth as well. This is on the 17-inch alloys on the SE, and then on the Trophy you get 18, so it might be a bit firmer, but should still be pretty good. So they've not gone crazy with massive wheels, so that's good. So yeah, pretty smooth to accelerate. It's nice. We'll test out the sport mode and see how that is. Also, you can see it's new, is one pedal drive for one pedal driving, which is great. So they've not always had that MG, so that's nice that they've gone for that. And you've also got your regen modes, which you can set on the start on the steering wheel, which is really useful. So that's all good stuff. It is rear wheel drive as well, based on the MG4 platform. So that slightly sportier feel to it, which is nice. Yeah, pretty good acceleration, that's pretty good. Perfect for nipping around, that should be plenty enough torque for getting onto motorways as well. So the long range is up to 298 miles WLTP, which is quite good, and then 211 on the standard range. So most people will go for the longer range model. The Trophy is standard long range, so it just comes as a long range, and the SC you can have it as the standard or as a long range, which is this one, which gives you the best miles. It should be quite efficient. But yeah, when you want to put your foot down, it picks up well. Inside, as standard, it comes with MG's new 12.8-inch infotainment screen, a 10.25-inch digital dial. This is facing slightly away from the driver, but it's very clear. You can see it's a clear step up for MG. This is more responsive. It looks a lot more premium than you would expect from MG, so definitely a step up. This reminds me a lot of the Smart, actually. The Smart #1 has got a very similar system. Show you a bit more on the infotainment. You've got your different modes on here, and as I say, you can go onto your one pedal drive as well, turn that on, so that's really good. You've got auto hold, you've also got all your MG Pilot things here, so if you don't want anything bonging at you, you can turn it all off, and then you can customize the screen there too, so that's really quite good. You've got the rear camera there as well, so that's standard. So this is the SE model, so that's really great with the rear sensors, and it also tells you how many centimeters you are away from things like on an Audi, so that's really good. Very clear, and then on the Trophy you get 360 cameras, which is really great. So very clear. You don't get front sensors, but obviously on the Trophy the 360 cameras is fine. It would be nice to have front sensors, but this is very clear for your reverse parking. And then you've got these shortcuts down here. So you've got a home button, which will take you to your home screen. It's wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, so that's really great. Nice step up. You don't have to plug it in. You've got 2 cup holders here, and then this is a wireless charger on the Trophy model, so that's great. You can press the climate through here, so you can up the fans, and you can also change the temperature itself on this one. Or if you want to do it through the screen, you can press this one here, and then it brings it up for you. So it's all quite easy and simple to use, so that's really great. They've thought about everything, and then you've got your digital dial in a really great place as well. So that's nice that you have that. It's not like a Tesla or a Volvo where you have to look through the screen for your speed. Really nice premium material, and then a little bit of an armrest here as well. Same steering wheel that you'd get on the ZS Hybrid Plus, so that's great. Yeah, it just feels very premium. These seats are very comfortable as well. They're full fabric, and then they're part leather on the Trophy model or leatherette. So yeah, inside I'm quite impressed. The screen will be better facing towards the driver. That's the only thing I would say. But the speed is very clear in the middle rather than off to the side. So in the back of the S5, wow, there's a lot of space. Also, these seats are so comfortable. So are the front seats. It's like really squishy foam, so that's great. We don't have a central armrest, unfortunately. And for a car of this size, even an electric car, I would expect to see that. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. You've got one USB-C port back here as well. So that could be better, and there's no pockets on the back of the seat. So there could be a few extra gadgets for your rear passengers, but it's not too bad. Plenty of headroom, lots of leg room, lots of space. It's very comfortable, as I say, very cushiony. Let's check out the middle seat. The floor is completely flat, by the way. It's rear wheel drive as well. Okay, middle seat, it is a bit firm, especially due to the fact it doesn't have an armrest. You'd think it would be a bit more comfy, but it's a bit too firm. So that's a bit unfortunate. They could have made that better. And then these headrests are quite cushiony as well. So that's quite good. This is all very comfortable in the SE model. Obviously, the Trophy has got more leather materials, so a bit different. It might be a bit different comfort level. But yeah, great. Nice flat floor. Lots of space, so it should be great for families. I like how MG do the ISOFIX points as well with the Velcro. It just is very smart, and I've not seen many other manufacturers doing that, so very well done, MG. And under the bonnet, you don't have a fruit, as it were. It's just where you've got all your fluids, your washer fluid, etc. So all easily accessible there, as well as your 12-volt battery. So that's in a good place, easy accessible on the vehicle. So that's great, and your fuse boxes. So that's fine. I don't really expect a fruit in this sort of spec of car. Anyway, it's normally on a higher end vehicle, so that's fine. They could have managed to fit one in, but this is fine, and it's nicely packaged there. So that was my first look on the MGS5 EV. Thank you to MG for being at the Everything Electric show, and a huge thanks to Gary from the events team as well, who took me out for a drive in one of these so I could experience it from the passenger seat. I do hope to do a full review of one of these as well, including a drive very soon on the channel, so make sure to subscribe for that. I hope you enjoyed this quick first look of the S5, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.